Hey guys, thanks for joining me for this reading for Taurus. This is a most important messages for the end of June 2021, and specifically as we exit the Mercury retrograde on June 22nd. This is going to be all about what's going to come after that leading into July. So just most important messages. And before we get started, this will most likely be the last time that I'm mentioning my 1,000 subscriber giveaway, where you can win a brand new Modern Witch Tarot deck, which is the deck I'm using in this video. Not the one I'll be sending, but the same one as far as design and what it looks like and everything like that. So you can win a brand new deck as well as a free private reading from me as well. And in order to enter, if you didn't know already, number 1, be subscribed to this channel, and number 2, leave a comment with a purple heart on any video on this channel. And for those of you who don't have emojis or don't know how to do a purple heart, you can simply just type the words purple heart and that will be fine. So let's get right into it. Taurus, what to expect after this retrograde and through the end of June, moving into July. So right off the bat, we have Justice and the 9 of Wands. Very interesting. Justice, we've got Libra energy there. And at the 9 of Wands, we've got some Sagittarius energy. So, I feel like you have been making good decisions. You've been working hard. You've been making sure to put your best foot forward, but also be very protective. It's like this vigilance that you are just not giving up. And, sometimes that Mercury retrograde energy can really make us feel like stepping back. But Taurus, you're still pushing forward, and you may be tired and it may be difficult, but Justice shows that it's like if you're being tested, you're definitely passing your test by continuing to push forward. For some of you guys, it could be like you standing up to people in your community, at your workplace, or maybe in your relationship, family members, and just really addressing issues that you have and making sure that communication is on point with these people, making sure that there's no gray area, that everybody's on the same page so that you guys can, move forward together in the future and for a positive future. Some of your karmas, you're working things out. Definitely could be dealing with a stressful person, maybe a defensive person that has been difficult, but I feel like you're just not giving up and you're going to find a way to get through this. And justice has a lot to do with successful negotiations and pursuing and continuing is positive for you. It's going to lead you to where you want to and where you need to be. And I just dropped a few things, so bear with me. For the winner of this deck, don't forget that they are quite slippery and they slip and slide all over. So it was the Knight of Swords that just flew out of here. And Knight of Swords, air energy there, could also be Taurus energy as well as Gemini energy. Like I said before, this situation may be really stressing you out, but you're not giving up. It's like you're determined and you are just driven by, finding out the truth and being prepared for the future. And for some of you guys, it's really a difficult thing to be dealing with. I feel like a lot of you guys is pointing towards more of a relationship, and it could be with a colleague. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but you're just really trying to work something out with a person, and you have to protect yourself, but you also have to be willing to put yourself out there. And I feel like you are. In the past, this person has left you a little confused, left you wondering. The moon energy, And we all know that the moon has to do with feelings and making decisions. The Lovers also has to do with decision making. Could be dealing with the Gemini, definitely heavy Gemini energy here in this reading so far. But I just feel like, you know, in the past, you knew that there was an issue that you needed to deal with, and you're starting to really understand how to go about it, and understanding that, you know, if there is some kind of conflict that is going on, it really needs to be resolved in order for you to be able to move forward with positive energy. For some of you, it could be that you just need to hear that this person, you can trust them, or you need a reason to really trust them, and you want them to show you that you can rely on them. And so, you know, the Lovers comes in to just remind you that, you know, sometimes you have to make difficult decisions, and everybody, obviously this is a general reading, so it's going to be a little bit different for everyone. So it's important to make the decisions to determine, you know, whether or not it's important to follow through with this relationship. But I do feel that if you communicate with this person and you keep continuing to try with them and you just follow your heart, I think that, you know, taking a risk can really lead to positive results. And Taurus, it may be difficult for you to take risks. You may not enjoy change very much, but you know, sometimes it's necessary in order to move forward, because you really want to think long term. You don't want to make the same mistakes that you made in the past that led you to this difficult time with this person. So, you know, again, Knight of Wands, you have to protect yourself, and you may feel like you're fighting for this, but I do get the feeling that it is worth fighting for. And if you're afraid of being rejected, or you're afraid of not being taken seriously, sometimes you just kind of have to put those fears aside and just trust that what you're doing is, you know, a positive impact, or definitely going to kind of propel you to where you need to be. And you know, for some, it could have to do with leaving people behind who aren't going to fit into this life for you that you want, or these relationships that are going to work out. But it's it's important for you to like have the conversation, approach them about it, and be honest about it. For those of you who haven't so far. So I would definitely say towards the end of the month or after the retrograde, you know, think about how you want to communicate with this person. Think about what you want out of this relationship, and then have those important conversations. We don't want to be left in this confusing, unclear, feeling like you can't trust. You know, if it's an issue you have, address the issue. If they're willing to work on it, then that's fantastic. You move forward with them. And if they're not willing to work on it, they can't see your point of view, it may just be time to move forward. Magician reminds you, as well as the Six of Pentacles, you know, but specifically the Magician, more air energy there. So could be a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But, you know, your approach to the situation is really giving it everything that you have. And Six of Pentacles shows that Taurus energy, you know, this is your energy. You really want to be there for your person. You really want to help this person, and you want to support this person. But does this person want your help? Do they want your support? Because you know what? You have the strength to move forward with or without this person. So, you know, it's all about making important decisions about, you know, do you want to invest in them or not? You are, though, definitely looking for improvement. You're definitely, you know, thinking a lot about it. Six of Pentacles has some moon energy as well. So there's a lot of intense feelings that you have about this relationship. And, you know, the Magician is just reminding you again that you do have the strength. Okay. some of these cards flipped and they stayed in the deck, so I'm going to grab those real quick because they are just out there. Okay, so we did get 4 more cards, so we're going a little over 10, but that's okay. Yeah, wow. So, God, where do I start? Okay, let's just cover them all, and then we'll start with the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is really a reminder that more moon energy specifically. So these feelings that you're feeling, you know, it's all about trusting your intuition and trusting yourself that you can make those decisions. And I feel like some of you are definitely dealing with like a family member, someone in your life that, you know, there's a distance that's been put in between you guys. And sometimes you do have to have some patience with this person. You know, they may not be able to give you everything that you want immediately, but I feel like as long as they're showing you that they want to make progress, then, you know, then that would be positive energy. 5 of Cups is another indication that, you know, putting some of these negative energies behind you and moving forward and just accepting what this person can offer you. And, you know, everybody's not perfect. We've got some Scorpio energy with the 5 of Cups, and it's confusing. It's difficult. And you know, just because you may have to move on from this person doesn't mean you don't have support from other people. So sometimes if you have to take a break from this person, walk away from this person because they hurt you, you know, it's not about going back and trying to revive the past. It's about how can you move forward, understanding, you know, how does this person operate? How can I deal with this person? What are their triggers? What can I avoid? And, you know, just make a fresh start with them. We have the 6 of Swords as well, and then the Page of Cups for your hopes and fears and final outcome. So with the presence of multiple 6s, we are seeing a lot of moving forward. And whether you are cutting off a toxic person or sticking with a good person, that is a triumph. That is a success. That's a win for you. It's all about what's best for you and for your family. And sometimes it is difficult to make those decisions. 6 of Swords being Aquarian energy, so you could be moving on from an Aquarius or dealing with an Aquarius. But you know, you're done with the drama. You're not interested in drama with this person. Page of Cups just really shows that you're willing to start fresh with them, and you're willing to, you know, start a fun, more positive relationship with this person, and you want to be, you know, in positive communications with them, move to a better place maybe than you were in before. But again, there's going to have to be some acceptance of things that you can't necessarily change, or accepting this person for who they are and how they operate if you want them in your life. So making some sacrifices, emotional sacrifices specifically, you know, can be something that's going to help you move forward. Could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio as well with the Page of Cups. But I just get the sense that, you know, this is a person that's really important to you and someone that you care a lot about. So trying to work it out is super, super important. And again, like I said, if it's a toxic behavior and that person's not willing to work with you, then moving on is still positive. And then for those of you who will come to a resolution, because, you know, the Page of Cups does signify things being positive in the future. And so that is really going to have to do a lot with how you approach this person, how you communicate with them, and how you make decisions, doing what's best for yourself. And just don't forget that, like, you can be strong and you can be accomplished and happy whether this person is in your life or not. And, you know, sometimes it's really hard to move away from someone who is hurting you or making you feel bad. But sometimes, if you're going to communicate that and be honest with them, some people really are willing to change and they're willing to move better. So again, different messages for different people. King of Swords at the bottom of the deck, so some Capricorn and Aquarian energy there. But you know, this is you just being open and being patient with this person. And you know, at the same time, you are wanting to take action, you are wanting to move forward. It can be, you know, just making decisions that are going to make a huge difference in this relationship, and taking charge of the situation and really just laying it out on the line for them. So we are going to get a few cards from our Moonology Oracle deck just for final messages, confirmations, and anything helpful that will get you through this relationship. Because, you know, there is some defensiveness that I sense from you, Taurus, and again, like that Five of Cups, you may just have to be open and willing to change, and willing to accept people with the flaws that they come with. Not that you don't accept anybody who's flawed, because I don't mean it like that, but in this difficult situation, especially someone who has hurt you in the past, you may need to figure out a way to navigate that relationship just to keep that from happening. Because if it's a family member, you know, it may not always be someone that you can avoid. You know, you can't just cut off all your family members, especially if you live in the same house with the person. So finding out how to balance that, how to make it work, and how to move on in a positive way to where you're not going through the same arguments, the same problems that you were having before, can be really important. So, okay, enough blabbing about the same old stuff. Oh my. All right, so hold your vision in the fixed moon. So again, you know, be clear about what it is that you want from this person so that they understand truly. Like what I mean by that is, like, don't sugarcoat your feelings and don't sugarcoat the way that they made you feel in the past. Be completely open, throw it out on the table, especially if it's a family member. You don't have anything to lose. This is all about growing and being positive. So the energy is gaining momentum. So it could also be just a message that, you know, this person also wants to communicate with you as well, and they want to figure out how to move forward in a positive way as well. For some, you're very close to achieving your goal. So definitely don't give up on this person just yet. You know, as this retrograde ends, things may start to be a little more clear. You may be feeling a little more at peace, and you may be more understanding of what it is that you want and how to fix this relationship. So I definitely encourage you to, you know, do what you can there. Again, important decisions, because you don't want to revisit that confusion and that hurt and those difficult things. Sometimes accepting people for who they are, and then, you know, working around their personality that maybe that doesn't vibe with you as much, something like that can be really important. So just be considerate of that, Taurus. And that's really all I have for you today. So I hope that that helped you in some way or resonated for you in some way. Don't forget to enter the giveaway if you're still interested, because this will most likely be the last time that I will be mentioning it, because someone is very close to winning. And until next time, Taurus, please take care.